Hi Scorpio, it's your Patsy here with the reading of your general energies for the year 2018. What I've done is I've kind of made up my own spread using all of the cards that I used over these past few months while I've been doing video readings on YouTube. The first cards that I'm choosing are based on the Inner Child cards, the Fairy Tale Tarot by Isha and Mark Lerner. Okay? In this book, they have assigned different energies of different characters to the major arcana in the regular Rider-Waite deck. All right? So, there's a card that signifies Scorpio, and then there will be a card that signifies Scorpio's planet Pluto. All right? So, I've already done all of the prayers, laid out these cards, and like I said, we'll go through and you'll see how it goes. And hopefully you'll enjoy this and it'll be accurate and you'll be able to refer to it. These are general energies for the year 2018 for the sign of Scorpio. Okay, so the card that is assigned in the Inner Child Tarot cards for Scorpio is Sleeping Beauty. Okay, Sleeping Beauty is number 13. In the regular Rider-Waite deck, Scorpio is signified by the Death card, also number 13. So we see that death is signified by both death and sleep. Okay? The story of Sleeping Beauty, we all know. Sleeping Beauty's parents, the king and the queen, threw a party to celebrate the baby's birth, invited all the residents of the kingdom, including all of the fairies, and all of the fairies came to the party. And as the party's going on, they are granting and blessing the baby so that she has different attributes. She'll be beautiful, and she'll be tall, and she'll have a beautiful singing voice, and she'll be able to dance, and all of these nice little things for the baby girl. And all of a sudden, in the middle of the party, the bad witch shows up, the bad fairy, the black fairy shows up, and she's mad because she did not get an invitation. And she didn't get an invitation not on purpose, it was an oversight, but she don't care. So she's mad, and so what she does is she curses the baby and says that when she turns 16, she's going to prick her finger on a spinning wheel and die. And then poof, she's gone. Okay, so luckily, one last fairy hadn't had her chance to give the blessings to the baby. So she said when she pricks her finger on the spinning wheel, she will not die. She'll just fall into a sleep. And so will everybody else in the kingdom. Everything will freeze. Okay. So the king banishes all spinning wheels from the kingdom. He's going to make sure that none of this happens to his child, right? Well, years pass, and Princess turns 16. And she's, in her castle, and she notices this room that she hadn't really paid attention to all these years before. And she goes to the door, and she looks in, and this lady is there, and she's spinning on a spinning wheel. Now, remember, spinning wheels have been banned in the kingdom her entire life, so she's never even seen one. So she's fascinated, and so she asks the lady what she's doing, and the lady explains to her how the spinning wheel works, and she says, well, would you like me to teach you? And she's like, yes, please. So she sits down at the spinning wheel, and the lady starts to teach her how to spin, and as soon as she starts, she pricks her finger, and she passes out. And so does everybody else in the kingdom. So the entire kingdom is asleep. And Sleeping Beauty falls into this sleep. Now we know that the lady on the that was teaching her the spindle was probably the bad witch who had turned herself into something attractive so that Sleeping Beauty would come to her, right? All right. So time passes, and Prince, of course, as they always do in these fairy tales, shows up, and he sprinkles his love. He gives her a kiss on her forehead, and she wakes up, and then everybody else in the kingdom wakes up, and everything is wonderful, and they've broken the curse, and life goes on, right? Happily ever after. Okay, so the story of Sleeping Beauty represents the process of maturation, especially those of young girls, okay? This talks about the time when young women enter puberty, and menstruation cycle is represented by Sleeping Beauty pricking her finger on the wheel and blood comes out, right? So thereafter, there's a time of nothing happening, right? Which is what happens. Once you reach puberty, you get your period, then life goes on, nothing else happens. You just begin to have your cycle every month, right? For boys, their voices get deeper because they need to be able to express themselves in a stronger fashion. That's part of being the man, to be able to express themselves with greater strength and authority, so their voices drop, right? For girls, we start to mature and become able to become mothers, right? So, Beauty doesn't physically mature during this quiet time because she's asleep, right? But girls know that when you grow, that you will grow into a young woman, and then an adult woman and an older woman, right? All right. Sleeping Beauty is a symbol of death and rebirth. Because the death curse was altered into 100-year sleep, death and sleep are now intertwined through this story. We learn that death never kills, because there's a divine spark that remains within each of us. Death is a long sleep from which we will all awaken and be reunited with our loved ones. So that was the comfort that was the story of Sleeping Beauty, all right? Because, you know, all of these children's stories have morals and other meanings and analogies for adults in everyday life. And for the most part, a lot of these stories weren't written for children. They were written to entertain adults. Anyway, getting back to this. Every night's sleep is like a miniature death, all right? It gives us a chance to die to yesterday's triumphs and tragedies and failures, and to rest in order to face tomorrow's challenges and opportunities, okay? Don't be afraid of the quiet growth that happens within, right? While you're resting, let go of the past. There is a metamorphosis that can happen in your subconscious when you're resting. Okay, you may also what this card is saying is that for the coming year 2018, you may need to get more rest. Okay, you need to work on trying to heal your physical body, and getting more rest will help your immune system to kick in properly. All right, cells need to rest so that they can regenerate in the proper way. Also, sleep gives your body a chance to, your soul rather, a chance to run around in the spiritual universe. Okay, gives your soul a chance to play. All right. Some people who believe in twin flames and divine masculine and divine feminine energies, if they're apart during their sleep time, those energies may meet up with one another in the universe out here somewhere. Okay? What this card is also saying to you is to pay attention to your dreams and to your visions. All right? So it might be a good idea to keep a journal by your bed so that you can make notations when you wake up about what your dreams were, and maybe not your dreams. What impressions did you come away with when you woke up? Or what were the first things that you were thinking about in the morning when you woke up? Or different impressions that you got throughout the day. You keep a journal of these things, and perhaps you'll be able to see a pattern, and it might give you more information as to what's going on in your subconscious and the things that you need to address. All right? So next year, 2018, Scorpio, let's pay attention to our dreams. Let's try to get more rest and pay more attention to your physical body. All right? Trying to, maybe you need to exercise more, get out more, rest more, definitely. And to build up your immune system also. All right? So again, rest helps with all of these things. Now, Scorpio's planet is Pluto, okay? And in this system, Pluto is represented by the story of the three little pigs. All right, so we have the three little pigs down there, and there's a big bad wolf, as usual, trying to come in and hurt the pigs, all right? This story is about practicality. It's about our spiritual and mental, emotional, and physical universe, right? This is about truth and wisdom, all right? So what this is saying for Scorpio is to focus more on quality rather than quantity in the coming year, okay? Take your time to make important decisions, and don't waste your strength and energy on criticizing other people. The three pigs, they built three houses, right? One was made of straw, and one was made of with a hay, and the other one was made of bricks, right? And the only house that was able to protect them from the wolf was the one that was made of bricks, right? This is talking about not being judgmental, right? As the Bible says, judge not, lest you be judged, all right? So, for the coming year, you also need to be less judgmental in your dealings with other people. Also, be less judgmental of yourself. So that's saying stop being so hard on yourself, Scorpio, all right? But stop being hard on other people, all right? Everybody has their own path, all right? And they get to choose their own path. It's not up to you. It's up to spirit. It's up to the divine, all right? Talks about being practical, all right? Again, and paying attention to your emotions, and make sure that the things that you do, the moves that you make, are anchored in wisdom. So you have to be wise, and in truth. Unity, working together, all right, because that's what the three pigs ended up together, defeating the big bad wolf, and protecting the home. Okay, so there's going to be issues with protection of your home, your mental and emotional state may be a little disrupted over the coming year. And it says to focus on quality rather than quantity. And I get the feeling that this is about time that you're spending with your friends and your family and your loved ones. That it's not about the amount of time, but it's the quality of the time. You know, what is it that you all spend time doing when you are together? Are you being critical? Are they being critical? Are you complaining? All right? Or are you enjoying the company? Are you counting your blessings when you see your children, or when you see your siblings, your parents, your friends? You know, so this is about paying attention to the blessings that you have and the quality of your life rather than the quantity of the years. All right. So again, we're talking about we're talking about death and renewal, transformation, and the quality of the time that we spend with each other. Not being judgmental. Be careful of who you invite and don't invite to events. You don't want the bad witch coming in cursing your guest. So there will be some social events for you in the coming year, Scorpio. I'm getting that there'll be some social occasions that are going to involve family. It may be talking about the time that we have to spend with one another and making the best of the time, making the best choices of the time that we spend, all right, and what we do, getting proper rest, taking care of our health, building up your immune system. Innocence. And faith. Hidden blessings. Okay. So we'll get back to that if necessary. Okay. So, first cards that we got, besides these, was from the Romance Angel Oracle deck. And the first card you got here for 2018 Scorpio is Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Okay? So, this is talking about being passionate. Okay? And again, I'm getting that you need to be grateful. This is about being happy. It feels to me like something is coming that you have been looking forward to and working on, and you're very passionate about it, and you're going to accomplish that goal, and it's just going to make you so happy, and you're going to feel like singing. Your soul and your heart is going to be filled with joy. All right, so there's something coming for you in 2018 that is going to make you very, very happy. You're going to obtain something that you've been waiting for a long time. Something that you put a lot of faith and trust in, I feel. All right? And you're going to be happy. You're going to feel free. You're going to feel free. Free at last. That's what I'm getting. So next card that we got in this reading from the Conscious Spirit Oracle deck, which is written and illustrated by Kim Dwyer. The Romance Angel Oracle cards are by Doreen Virtue. Okay, so this is the water. This is the card that you got, which is the Water Elemental. I allow my body, mind, and spirit to flow intuitively through the changes in life. I'm not answering that. This is the 5th time I've tried to do this video for you guys. I'll just have to call these people back, whomever it is. So anyway, this card, to me, when I see this, this reminds me of the Orisha Olokun. Olokun operates at the bottom of the ocean, okay? And the parable that goes with her story is that no one knows what lies at the bottom of the ocean, all right? And she is traveling with the 2 dolphins there besides her, and to me that signifies children and happiness. All right, so what this is saying to me, Scorpio, is that you're going to have quality time with your children, with your family, and they will be learning from you and watching you this coming year. They're watching how you handle certain situations. They're learning from you. You are their guide. You are their main influence. And so those of you who have children, just keep in mind that your children are watching you. I will allow my body, mind, and spirit to flow intuitively through the changes in life. All right, water and elemental, which is number 11. All right, so let's take a look at that and see if there's a message that we need to pay attention to for the next year. The element of water is the most fluid of all the elements. It's associated with emotions, the subconscious, and love, as well as intuition and creativity. This card is asking you to be aware that life is a constant flow, forever changing. Do not hold on to past emotions, relationships, objects, or situations that to prevent you from moving with the natural flow of your own life. Invite into your life people and experiences that make you feel happy and give you pleasure. If you tend to isolate yourself too much, now's the time to gradually start spending more time with people that you feel comfortable with. The element of water was also linked to planting and germination of new things. Perhaps it's time to start a project or a course that you always wanted to take. Pour your heart into it and find enjoyment. If you are very emotional, this card can be a reminder to you to be gentle and understanding of yourself. Recognize what brings out your emotions and move away from that which brings out negative emotions in you. The oceans and the rivers and shells are associated with this element. Mermaids and sirens are symbolic of their energy. Okay? So, this is about your emotions and learning how to go with the flow. All right? Not holding on to past emotions and past hurts. So we're going to say goodbye to 2017 and hello to 2018 and onward and upward. Okay? All that happened was in the past, and this is a new year that we're embarking on. All right? Hold up. 3 little pigs. All right? We went through this, right? I told you about this is about practicality and focusing on quality. Again, I think this is about spending time with the family. Quality time. So don't worry. Kids have their own lives and family has their own lives and everybody's growing up and doing their thing. So you might be missing your family a lot too, and maybe they're not paying enough attention to you, Scorpio. But don't look at the amount of time, but what is it that you do with that time? If your kids come to visit you and you spend half of the time complaining about the fact that they haven't been to see you in a few weeks, you're wasting time. All right? They know that they haven't been there. You know that they haven't been there. There's no need to reiterate it. Let's make the best of the time that we have together. I'm hearing it's Carol Burnett, right? I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh or sing a song. See? Something like that. Because time passes quickly. And before you know it, it's time to say so long, right? So let's cherish the time that we have with our family and our friends. All right? And take advantage of it. All right, so the next card that we went through the Tarot of the Orishas deck. And so I shuffled that deck, and we got 2 cards for you, Scorpio. First card that we got was the Earth element. Okay, now, whenever I see this card, it reminds me of divination. Okay, the divination system that they use in Ifa, where they read the Logun, is a circular thing, and this always reminds me of that, okay? This, to me, talks about cemeteries. It talks stability, divination, cemeteries, religious institutions in general. Okay. The other card that came up with that from the Rider-Waite deck was the Ten of Wands. All right. So this could be talking about feeling overburdened, all right, or getting ready to put down a burden that you've been carrying for a long time. Something that you've been working on for a long time is going to be accomplished. And maybe a project that you're passionate about that you're getting ready to complete. So the Earth Elemental and the Ten of Wands together. This could be maybe you're involved in some type of religious pursuit that maybe you're ready to walk away from it. Maybe there are too many restrictions on you in that discipline. And you're ready to change, to put it down. And maybe you felt like it was holding you back. Maybe it is about your feeling that your religious beliefs or the religious beliefs of people around you may be holding you back. So that may be something that you may be doing this year. Maybe you're going to be discovering new religious beliefs. Okay, and you're finding something that you are passionate about once you get started on the journey of looking into that, all right? As it talks about signing up for classes and courses and learning things and going with the flow of life. So this could be a new journey, a new beginning. Maybe you're going to change your your religious or spiritual belief system. Yeah, maybe that's the spiritual belief system may be changing. You may be putting down old beliefs and looking into new beliefs. And this is important because your children are going to be watching you make this transition. Yes, that could be one of the things that's going to be happening. So maybe next year, Scorpio, you'll be going and visiting different churches. You may stay in your same church, but maybe you might move. You know, it may be your same religion, but maybe you'll be in another parish. But it just seems that there's some burden that you have been dealing with for a while that you're going to be able to put down next year. Okay, so you're going to be done with that. It's going to be completed. And there's going to be a lesson. And your children, your family are going to learn things from watching what happens with you. Okay? All right, so the next card that we got were the Life Purpose Oracle cards. All right, now we just opened these up a few weeks ago. We did an unboxing on Facebook, and these cards talk about Um, different jobs, different opportunities. What is your life purpose? What are you supposed to be? Um, what vocation would bring you the most happiness, or what are you most suited for? Okay, so for the coming year, 2018, Scorpios, the card that you got is animals. You understand animals and communicate with them intuitively. Trust your inner guidance, as animals are part of your life's work. Okay, beautiful. And she's there with a leopard, and she has wings. Both of them actually look like they're attached to those wings together. All right, so let's take a look in the guidebook and see what animals stands for. Okay, Scorpio, you drew this card because your life purpose involves working with animals. You love them and they love you. You understand and appreciate their kind and gentle hearts, and you frequently stand up for their rights. In fact, you can feel and hear communications from living creatures. This card is a validation for you to trust these intuitive insights and your inner guidance about ways to connect with the animal kingdom. Any career that you get involved in will benefit from adding animals into the mix. For instance, having a pet on site at your store or office will open everyone's heart and bring joy to everybody. You may find yourself doing volunteer or charity work on behalf of animals, including rescuing them at shelters or bringing awareness to their rights. With your keen animal communication abilities, you may also enjoy one-on-one work as a caregiver. A list of careers in this field is vast, so spend time outdoors in nature and give considerable thought to your options. Okay, so veterinarian, of course. That's very interesting. Bringing a pet into your store or your place of business is good. I mean, it could be a goldfish or an aquarium with fish. It's always very nice when you go into a waiting room and they have a nice aquarium. It's very nice, and it holds the attention of the patients. It gives them a chance to relax. It keeps the kids busy, that are there with their parents. So that's a thing. You can put an aquarium in the office. You can have a cat, depending on what kind of office you are in. I guess you could have a dog. I don't know. But gerbils, little things that can be contained and not be threatening to your customers. You could do that. But that's very, very good. But again, it's talking about using your intuition. All right. And that just may be your gift, that you may be able to interact intuitively with animals. That's something that a lot of people would appreciate. A lot of people, most people who have pets, they love them like they're their own children. And if they're sensing that something is going on, they would like to be able to rectify it. So who knows? Maybe you'd be able to read animals and help people out. Don't laugh. There was a television show about that a couple of years back. I remember seeing that. There's a horse whisperer, dog whisperer, cat whisperer, gerbil whisperer, whatever. But whatever you're doing, try to incorporate animals into your lifestyle. All right? If you have a pet at home, good. If you can't have a pet, okay. Then get some paintings and some pictures of animals and keep them around you. But if you have an affinity to animals, and if you do, this is telling you that may be the way that you need to go. So that may be something you need to consider for the coming year. Next card that we got for you was from the Native Spirit Oracle deck, and this is by Denise Lynn, and this is based on the Native American energies. All right, so the card that was drawn for you, Scorpio, was Ancient Forest. Ancient Forest. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so let's see what Ancient Forest says. Okay, Ancient Forest. Your roots go deep. Incredible, radiant, healing strength is available to you and grows within you. Do not doubt your abilities. You're so much more than you can possibly imagine. There's an immense, unseen, but very real support system around you. That might be your ancestors. You are grounded, you are loved, and you are cherished. You are stable and strong as your spirit reaches high into the heavens, just like the trees. The native spirit wants you to know, that throughout the world, those in indigenous cultures revere what are called the tree people. The powerful life force of trees can bring healing, strengthening, and grounding energies. The kind of tree might vary from culture to culture, but the reference and gratitude for its beneficial energies are the same. The ancient forest is alive with nature spirits. Additionally, each tree has an individual spirit, especially powerful and resilient. The forest can survive the harshest conditions because of the mutual support of the spirit of the entire forest. Your greatest strength is silent and deep. It doesn't need a show of force. It just is. Inner power is found through contemplation, reflection, meditation, dreams, rest, sleep. Sometimes it comes from times of growth and change. Other times it springs from surviving and conquering painful situations. Adopt a tree. It could be one in your yard, one in the nearby park, or a wilderness area. Talk to the tree, touch the bark, give thanks, and by doing so you create an energy connection that will continue to nurture you, no matter how far away you are from your adopted tree. Ashe. Very nice. That came up for somebody else. I remember reading that card. Well. Cancer? Maybe. Okay. Water signs. I think it was another water sign. I'm not sure. So anyway, so those were the nature spirit oracle cards. All right, so we've gone through those cards. I want to go back to passion because I want to make sure that you get the full idea of what it is. So let's go there. Okay, your prayers for great love have been heard and answered, and it all begins with you. You have the power to revive passion in your life. In fact, no one can bring it to you but you. This card guides you to seek that which brings you great joy, such as a hobby, a cause, or a creative activity. Anything that stirs your heart with joy will help passion bubble forth and positively flow into your romantic life. Okay? So, you don't have to only focus on your love life, but find something that you're passionate about. Maybe hanging out with animals, maybe, volunteering at the shelter, rescue dogs and rescue cats. Maybe something that has to do with the water, swimming. But passion is not only about sexuality. The romance angels say that having a passion for life itself is a requisite foundation for feeling passion in your love life. This means enjoying this moment completely. All right. I talked about time, quality time rather than quantity of time. When you do this with your partner, when you enjoy each moment completely, you inspire him or her to romantically participate with you. If you're presently single, you can definitely enjoy passion in your activities and hobbies. And who knows? Some pursuits may provide an opportunity to meet a wonderful partner who shares these same passions. Ashe. And isn't that the perfection that we all want, right? Somebody that gets us, somebody who shares our passions and our concerns, right? Okay, so the next set of cards that we're going to be using will be the Until Today cards by Iyanla Vanzant. All right, and we're going to see if what is the energy or the message or the affirmation or the advice for the year 2018 for those born under the sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, for the year 2018. This is for Scorpio. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. And I want to thank everybody for your support, all right, for liking and sharing. If you want a reading, I do private readings, and you can send me an email to pbtarot7@gmail.com, and you'll get that information. Or you can go onto my channel and read the information in the About section. You'll get a video reading from me. It usually takes between 5 and 7 days to get it back. And readings are $25. All right? You can also follow me on Facebook. Our Stories Continue is my blog page. Our Stories, O-U-R, Stories, S-T-O-R-I-E-S, Continue, C-O-N-T-I-N-U-E. And that's on Facebook. And you can also put in PB Tarot 7, and it should take you to pbtarot7@gmail.com, and it should take you to the blog page. And here on YouTube, I'm at Ifa Midwives, or at Ia Imi Patsy, or Ia Azulu Ego. Ia Azula Ego. I feel like there's something over here next to me. I mean, I know the incense is burning, but it feels like I keep feeling like there's a shadow here or something. I don't know. All right, Ashego. Okay, so got 2 cards from the Iyanla Vanzant deck. First card is Fear no longer determines what I do. Fear no longer determines what I do or do not do. Until today, you may have believed, Until today, you may have believed that you could avoid being hurt. Until today, you may have believed that if you could avoid being hurt, you could have a peaceful life. Just for today, consider all of the life, love, and peace you're missing out on in your attempt to avoid being hurt. All right, so they did talk about getting out more, all right, being out in nature more, all right, slowly, re-into the rest of the world, Scorpio, get back out there, put the little feelers out, take your time, but go back out there, okay, because you're missing out on a lot of excitement trying to avoid being hurt again. I know, but hurt is part of life, right? Joy and pain, like sunshine and rain. Come on. These things, this is the circle of life. This is going with the flow. Go with the flow and don't be afraid to go outside. Don't be afraid to engage with other people because you've been hurt before. Because you're missing out on opportunities. Okay, next card that you got is I am learning to forgive myself. I am learning to forgive myself. Until today, you may have found it difficult to forgive yourself for certain behaviors that you've engaged in. Just for today, be willing to grow, learn, and heal yourself with forgiveness. Okay. I think this is keeping with the theme of Sleeping Beauty. And forgiveness and healing and growing and learning. If the bad witch had had a forgiving heart, that whole episode with Sleeping Beauty would have never happened. She would never have pricked her finger and fell into a death-like sleep for 100 years. So, this is about forgiveness. This is about forgiveness. Okay. So that might be something that you need to look into in your own life there, Scorpio. How willing are you to forgive? Is that why you don't go out a lot? Because people have hurt you and you haven't forgiven them yet? Or you haven't forgiven yourself for even being friends with that person in the first place? Or you haven't forgiven yourself for loving somebody that didn't return your love? But you have to forgive yourself. It's not anything that you did. All of these things were predestined. That you were going to run into this person, and this is how this was going to happen, and this is how it was going to flow, and then this is how it was going to end. And what matters is what happened in between. How did you make your partner feel? How did they make you feel? Are you proud of everything that you've done in this relationship? Are you pleased with everything that your partner did with you, to you, for you? Did you show any gratitude for any things that your partner did for you in this relationship? Did your partner show you gratitude? And if they didn't show you the right gratitude, can you forgive them? And if you didn't show them the proper gratitude, do you expect them to forgive you? Have you asked them to forgive you? Things change, people grow up. Things that you used to like, you don't like anymore. Things that you used to find yourself engaging in, you don't engage in that anymore. You've grown out of it, you've grown tired of it, or you learned a lesson from it. And all these little changes affect the people that we are in relationships. So Scorpio, the message here may be to learn how to go with the flow, to learn how to forgive, to look forward to a new beginning, and the quality of the time that you have left to spend with your family and your friends. Gratefulness. All right. Ten of Wands here was talking about resentfulness. Okay? All right? Doing what is expected of you, having too many responsibilities, too many obligations. You're ready to put that down. You're resentful of that sometimes. Could also be talking about gambling also. So maybe that's a side of you, an addiction to gambling. Sometimes people use gambling as a form of relaxation. You know, just like people drink alcohol or smoke weed or whatever they do. Gambling kind of takes you away from yourself. It takes you out of your body, right? It takes you into another experience. You don't know what time it is. You don't even know what time of day it is. There's no windows in the gambling casino. There are no clocks. So time is suspended. Outside is suspended. And all you're focusing on is what's in front of you. The gambling. the chings and the sounds and the bells and the whistles and people winning and people losing and all of that excitement, all of that. It takes you away from your troubles for a little while. You go into another realm, like your spirit does, like your soul does actually when you're asleep. It goes to another realm. It's a form of relaxation. But you need to get some real sleep time in, Scorpio. You have to give your body a chance to rejuvenate itself. You can't keep going. It's not good for you. And if you're always on the go, then you're not having enough time to spend quality time with your family and with your friends, your children, your grandchildren. All right? Maybe you need a girls' night out. Or maybe you need a girls' night in with family. All right? Spend time together. Talk to one another. Communicate more. Show forgiveness. And stop being afraid. Don't let fear stop you from experiencing things. Sure, you could get hurt, like Sleeping Beauty did. She'd never seen that spinning wheel and she was fascinated, so she decided to try it. And she got hurt. But in the end, everything was good. She found love. And when she woke up, her family and her friends and everybody was there with her, around her, concerned and happy that she was back. Don't be afraid, Scorpio. All things work together for the good. If there's changes that you have to make, there's a transition that you need to make, then you're just going to have to make it. Don't be afraid. Because there's protection for your soul. And you have your ancestors and your divine spirit guides waiting for you, to help you, to encourage you, to strengthen you, to give you the information that you're going to need. The lessons that you have to learn so that when you awaken, you'll have a new perspective. When you rejoin the rest of the class, you'll have a new outlook on life. Or at least be strong enough to go on. You'll be re-energized. Right? Your immune system will be up against the bullshit. And you'll be able to recognize it. Your intuition is going to start to kick in more. But it's all based on you getting your proper rest. It's very important for you to get your rest, Scorpio, so that you can do the work and you can let your body and your soul, your spirit get ready for the work that lies ahead. All right? And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Forgive yourself and forgive those around you. Don't take those things with you. Let it go. Start off the new year with a clean slate. Forgive them. And judge not, lest ye be judged. Okay, so next set of cards that we're going to be using are postcards from the spirit. These are new cards also, and they're by Colette Baron Reed. Okay, and what they are actual postcards. All right, size of regular postcards that have writing on the back and separate messages, and each one of the messages will pertain to whatever it is that you're asking of your ancestors. So basically, if you're directing a question towards a particular ancestor, they will answer you back. The only thing is that when you get the answer, they're going to be answering you in a collective, we, or us, or our. They're not going to be saying I. Okay, they'll address you as you, but they will be talking in a collective. So if you're expecting to hear from a particular ancestor, you are hearing from them, but I guess they huddle and they get into consensus, and then they send back the message. Because remember, those are all your ancestors, generations and generations and generations of people that you never known, never heard of. And but they've lived a life and they know the challenges that humans face. And no, that was half the day. That's not happening. And so they know what we go through, and they have advice to give us, to encourage us. So they're really nice cards. And so we're going to see what messages Spirit has for Scorpio for the ensuing year of 2018. And this is for everyone, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and Venus. All right, what is the message that Scorpio needs to get? Thank you, ancestors. Ashe. Okie dokie. Celebrate life. All right, that's the front of the postcard. And you have a little cherub there. And it says celebrate life. The drawings on these cards is very light, very ethereal. All right, it's supposed to be coming from heaven. And this little stamp up in the corner says 2 cents from heaven. So heaven's putting in their 2 cents. Okay, so I'll read it to you. Well, see, the message is on the back. I guess you could freeze it and read it yourself. But I'll read it for you. Dear you, uncertainty is the new normal for the whole world. Things are changing at a rapid pace, and the old ways we once trusted are no longer reliable. But leaving the familiar behind can be a good thing. When you are pushed to step into the unknown, you are pulled forward into discovering new possibilities that have been hidden in plain sight. Check in with your higher power. Your soul knows better than your small self. Have faith in the support of a higher power and the infinite potential for your life. Right now, the advice we have for you is this. Try something new. Do something different. You won't know how it feels, what it looks like, or what the outcome will be if you do not take that first step into the unknown and experience the unfamiliarity. Unfamiliarity. You know what I mean. You'll be so glad you did because the treasure will appear. You'll be so glad you did because the treasure will appear. We're so proud of you for being brave. You are so loved and so supported. Ashe, Gum. So, they're encouraging you to be brave. They're encouraging you to go out there and try to get into the unknown and experience unfamiliar things. To open yourself up, right? Not letting fear determine what you do any longer. Forgive yourself for past behaviors, past mistakes. Not judging others because you don't want to be judged yourself. So, Scorpio, that was your general energy reading for the year 2018. I hope that you found some information here. I hope that some of this resonated with you. If you have other friends who are Scorpios, feel free to share this video and all the other ones with them, okay? Please, if you have any comments, you can make comments in the comments section, like, share, subscribe to the channel. So you'll get notifications when I do card reading, card unboxings and things like that. I got 2 decks of cards that I am itching to open, and I'm going to try to hold off until Santa comes. for the month of December. Anyway, everybody have a really, really blessed Christmas and Kwanzaa and a Happy New Year. I will be doing Love Bites hopefully next week. I'll start that, but I still have to finish up these energies for this year. I was really, really out of it last week. And I'm trying to do as much as I can before the end of the week. So thank you so much for stopping in. And I really, really appreciate your support and your love. And send me an email. Let me know what's going on. And you can always look at this throughout the year and see if any of this resonates with you, or if there's any encouragement that you may need. You can always refer back to this video, right? Okay. So thank you so much for taking the time and allowing me to come into your life and to share these messages with you, Scorpio. I love you all so very much. Enjoy the rest of December, and I'll see you next year. All right? Alafia, Ashe, Amen. Peace.